Hello, everyone. This is Emily with our final paycheck for the month of September. I'm going to just jump right in. The first thing I want to mention is that I separated my fuel and auto maintenance categories. I went ahead and left fuel in our living expenses section, and I added home and auto because we do use propane as well for our barbecue, and I've never really known where to put that in my budget, so it's going to start going in this fuel category when we fill that up. And then anytime we go to the gas station to fuel up our car, it'll also go in this category. And I added a auto maintenance category to our sinking funds section, and I plan on getting that up to a $500 balance. And then I will stop contributing to that fund unless we have a expense that drops it below 500, and then I'll just try to get it back up to 500 as soon as we can. And I will plan on funding our fuel category at 150 a month, and that will not roll over. So at the start of the month, if we had money left over from the previous month, I'll just move that into to be budgeted and put it elsewhere. When I separated them, I just very quickly went through and recategorized all of the auto maintenance items into my new sinking fund from the last few months. I did a fresh start in April of this year, so I don't have any data from before then, so that process didn't take me very long. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is talk you through our expenses since my last check-in. We had our storage unit bill come out. This $35 goes to my dad via PayPal. We are sharing a storage unit with them back in the state of Washington, and we use just a very small portion of their storage unit, so we worked it out to $35 a month for us to be sharing with them. Car insurance also came out. It was about $69. I actually had to take money out of our unexpected expenses category to cover because in previous months this had only been $57. So it only ended up being like $11, but it felt really nice not to have to figure out where I wanted to essentially steal that money from because of that unexpected expenses category that I mentioned in my last video. So our first step when we start budgeting here in a minute will be to refund the unexpected expenses category, and I want to keep that at $200 at all times. My term life came out and our heating fuel was filled up yesterday, I believe. So that charge should be coming out in the next couple of days. Okay, so grocery, when I left off, we were at about 640 spent for the month. My brother-in-law is actually currently living with us because my mom is in town visiting and she had to quarantine. So she's at my sister's house with my sister and her kids, and my brother-in-law is staying with us for 2 weeks so that he can continue going to work. So we ended up spending some extra money to stock up on groceries to feed an extra person this week. Um, in months with 4 Saturdays, I like to see this monthly expense around 1,200. In months with 5 Saturdays, I don't want it to exceed like 1,500. We do 300 a week. So since this is a 4 Saturday month, my goal is still to keep this under 1,200. So we'll see if that happens. Hygiene and beauty, Trent and Wes had haircuts this week, and they were about $12 more than I had budgeted. So again, I just took that overage from our unexpected expenses category. And then we actually had a little bit of a splurge this week. I actually stole some grocery money to pull this off. So I'll have to refund our groceries for this week with our paycheck today. But we've had a kitchen island on our wish list since we moved into this house, and I haven't shown you guys our wish list yet because I'm kind of trying to stay focused on our other goals at this time. But the one that we were planning, the kitchen island that we were planning on buying was like $700 after shipping and taxes and everything. And Trent saw this prep table at our local hardware store. They carry furniture and stuff there. And the one we wanted had like a a nice butcher block top that we'd have to buy wood conditioner for to maintain properly. And it's really nice. But this one that he saw is a sealed wood top that is exactly the same size as the one we wanted. So the maintenance will be easier and it's counter height. So it fits perfectly in our kitchen. So anyway, we went ahead and bought that. It was $260, which is a lot less than we were thinking it would be. So overall, we're really glad that we found this local prep table and very happy to have counter space in our kitchen for cooking since we're also doing mostly home cooking as well these days. Next is fees and fines. This is where I put our credit card interest. The exact charge was $58.40, which was just a couple of cents above what I had estimated. But again, I just pulled that extra from unexpected expenses. We still haven't received that side gig check. The guy has been really awesome about communicating with us, so we're not worried about it. We know he's good for it, but apparently the contractor just went under new management and there's been a huge lag in receiving that payment. So that's why Trent hasn't gotten his portion, but I still expect to see that money this month. So hopefully we're not pushing it into October because it's for work he did in August. So we'll see. And then software subscriptions. Our Adobe payment was just a few cents over what I had budgeted. Everything else in this category was pretty much right on for the month. And then fun money. I transferred my spending money onto my Venmo card this month and I haven't spent any of it. I don't have too much that I want for just me. It might be kind of fun to just let that build up, but oh, and PSA, I did want to let you guys know that YNAB announced they're holding a swag sale in October. Let me just pull it up. I put a note for me. They're doing, it's 3 days only. They're doing the 12th through the 14th of October. And I don't know if for some reason I feel like they're going to run out quickly of stuff. I'm really hoping that they have their t-shirts, and then if they have like stickers or decals, I'll probably get some of those too. But I will definitely be spending money on some YNAB swag next month, and I'm really excited. Hopefully it doesn't let me down. Okay, so that's all of my budget updates. I'm going to go ahead and enter Trent's paycheck. He is still on reduced hours, so this is a little bit small, but he made $1,040. So I'll go ahead and enter now and clear. And as always, I have already reconciled our account to our actual bank account, so this number is correct. And then going into our September budget real quick, I am going to refund this grocery category, and I changed this to $150 from our usual of $300 because I think we can get away with a smaller grocery haul this coming week. I'm hoping. We're going to try it. And then scrolling down to our unexpected expenses, I'm going to refund this category to $200. And then I think that's it for September. So we are going to scroll into October. And I am going to finish funding this rent category. And then we only have 64 left. So I am going to finish funding this hygiene and beauty category. And then I think we can do health. And let's top off the 17 cents. This Adobe, I didn't account for tax, so that 17 is just the tax for that subscription. And then that last $10, I'm just going to throw into our next monthly bill item, which is this phone bill. So, okay, that's the last of that paycheck. I know there's a lot of yellow here, but realistically, the only categories that are absolutely necessary month to month are those monthly expenses, living expenses, and our software subscription, which is debatable. But most of our monthly bills don't hit until the 15th or later. So we've got lots of time to fill these bubbles. And most of this underfunded amount is actually just groceries. So all of this yellow is going to go really quick between my next paycheck, which I actually have a bunch of overtime on. And October is an extra paycheck month for me, although I'm only getting half of my extra paycheck. It's still going to boost us. The explanation for that is in my last video if you're interested. And we've got quite a bit of side income owed to us at this point. I think we're up to almost $5,000 right now. So I'm really excited to keep making progress. I haven't really heard other YouTubers talking about this, but when I started recording myself budgeting, for some reason it really changed the way that I was budgeting for the positive. And I think it's because I respond really strongly to like external accountability. But I want to show you guys something actually. This is really cool. Looking at my income versus expense report, we have cut our living expenses this month by over 2 grand compared to the last 2 months. Our eating out budget, that's down by like 80%, which is huge for us because we are really big on the takeout, even in a town that barely has any options. It was even worse for us when we were living in the lower 48. Overall, and it's not the end of the month yet, but we are looking at cutting expenses for the month by well over $3,000. And that's with an outrageous internet bill this month and a splurge on a kitchen island. So I was looking at these reports last night and I just feel so motivated and excited to keep this up. This month had some ups and downs, but now that we're nearing the end of it, I'm just really proud of us and excited to keep trying month over month to improve all of these areas. And especially as young parents, like we want to instill good money habits in our kids and teach them that basically they don't have to make the same mistakes that we did. So, anyways, you guys, I hope you all have a great weekend. I just want to share my appreciation with you all for continuing to watch my videos. And if you're new here, I hope you subscribe and leave a comment below saying hi. Thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.